Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Morgan Anderson with us. She's a tax debt resolution expert. Morgan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
So I asked you to come on the show today because I want to talk a little bit about tax debt. So can you explain to the audience what you do to help people who find themselves owing some taxes?
Sure. First thing is step in as the power of attorney, which puts us as the primary contact on your tax account. So you'll no longer be getting phone calls from the IRS or the state. They'll be contacting us as the primary contact on your account.
Yeah. So what's the benefit of doing that?
Sure. Great question. First of all, we have over 23 years of experience dealing with and navigating through the choppy waters of the IRS and state collection agencies. So you can't come to us with a situation that we have not seen handled and resolved before. So you're getting people who have all this experience and are licensed as specialists to take care of these situations on your behalf. Part of the big peace of mind is knowing that you have the right person speaking with and dealing with the IRS and the state on your behalf. And on the other side, we will be working with you and educating you along the way. So at each juncture what the options are. Hey, the IRS or the state came to us and said, this is the next step we need to take. Here are the options available to us. We've got them on hold right now. They're not going to take any collection action, but we need to make a decision about how we take our next step. Here are the options. Here are the pros and cons for each. This is what we would recommend for you, knowing everything we do know about your situation, your financials right now, your short and long-term goals. But here's what we'd recommend. And here are some other options. If you want us to talk about those, let's talk about it. We want to educate our clients so they know what we're doing on their behalf. They're involved as much as they want to be, but more it's about peace of mind, knowing that they understand what's happening. They understand what we're doing on their behalf. And they know we are going to fight for the best solution that anybody possibly could.
Morgan, is there a certain amount of debt that someone needs to have before they can take advantage of your services?
Sure. That's a really common question because it doesn't always make sense to pay somebody to handle a situation for you. For an individual, I would say about $15,000 in 1040 debt. For businesses, I would say right around the same level. We also have a lot of people who come to us and say, well, I only owe 5,000, but I haven't filed for 5 years. And I know I'm going to owe on every year. Same thing with businesses. I have 10,000 on the first quarter of 2021, but I haven't filed any quarters since. So it's kind of moving goalposts along that line. But, if you ever have a question about if our services would apply to you, give us a call. We're happy to say, yes, this is a situation we should get involved with, or no, it's a situation you can handle. Let me give you a few talking points and some guidance so you can handle it yourself.
Morgan, it seems like one of the things that you offer in addition to tax relief is peace of mind, because you mentioned, people not filing, and I've seen that situation where someone, especially self-employed, doesn't pay their taxes, and then they try to just never file again. Just know every time you walk to the mailbox, when is that letter going to be there? And it's the peace of mind of saying, okay, things happened, I made mistakes, but now I'm good. I fixed it. I can go about my life without being afraid of every time, I'm gonna find out I got caught and all of a sudden it's going to be a lien on my pay or something like that's going to happen. It's peace of mind, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The fear of the unknown is a very real fear. It's a stressful thing to have sitting at the back of your mind. So if it's a situation where you haven't filed in a few years, it's something that we can absolutely help with. We don't do tax returns ourselves, but we have many wonderful network partners, even through your group, Kevin, that we have aligned ourselves with. The key is knowing that you have somebody who puts a big hold on any aggressive actions from the IRS of the state, and then can help you line up filling the holes that we don't provide, like tax debt or tax return compilation, bookkeeping. We've got some fantastic bookkeepers in this networking group that we've already started working with. But really, if somebody has a big question mark with the IRS of the state, come to us. We'll provide that immediate peace of mind. We'll be able to assess the whole situation, map out how to address it, so you don't have to be afraid of walking to your mailbox. You don't have to be afraid of your next paycheck, that maybe the IRS or state is going to be taking a chunk of it. Getting that immediate contact to the IRS in the state of, hey, we're taking this seriously. We've got a plan to resolve it. We will work with you. Just sit tight. Don't take any action. We'll take care of moving this forward to a resolution. You know, really providing that bridge between the taxpayer and the taxing authority is what we do best.
Now, do people always have to pay the entire amount of tax that they owe? Is there settlements? You know, they'll take a percentage. I mean, I know everything's different. It's not like, you know, everyone gets this deal, but is there other deals? You hear that, but I don't know if it's true or not. So that's why I want.
You do hear it. And companies are very excited about sharing these settlements, these compromises, because that is like the World Series resolution, right? Like that is the one that everybody wants. The hard part is you have to qualify for it. It is a very viable option, IRS and state debt. It really is, but you have to qualify for it. And in order to qualify for it, it means that you don't have equity in assets. Your income is at a very minimal level. We have a gentleman right now, he has $238,000. We're waiting for the final approval from the IRS's legal on a negotiation of just under $9,000. I mean, it took years of this debt accruing, right? And he is in a much different financial condition today than he was when the debt accrued. You know, he's pretty much living paycheck to paycheck and has a few dependents. And for those reasons, we were able to negotiate this. So it does happen. It's just you have to qualify for it.
So Morgan, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
Sure. Go to our website, goldenliontaxsolutions.com. Give me a call, 719-602-5451.
Morgan, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
And I appreciate you, Kevin. Thanks so much for having me.